Welcome back to another exciting video, Gardening with Crocs.
Yes, today we are stuck inside. It's gonna be a rainy, gloomy day. We're gonna have about an inch of rain. So today we are going to see about canning some chicken stock, chicken broth. So what we have here,
chicken broth? I don't know.
because we remember when we butchered all those chickens back in November?
Yeah, but why do we have to can chicken? Why can't we just like put them in the bag, like?
And freeze them?
Yeah.
Well, we gotta make room in our freezer because we got a steer coming. So
What do you mean steer?
A beef, a cow. We're gonna get a cow butchered. So we gotta make room in our freezer. So quick way of doing that is we're gonna can up some chicken. So we're gonna do two things today. Number one is we're gonna make some chicken stock. And we got all these, all of this, which is chicken parts, chicken wings, chicken, and I got some chicken thighs. And we're gonna take that and we are gonna throw it in our big roaster and we're gonna get it all the way up to boiling. Yeah. And we're gonna let it simmer for several hours, probably like 6.
Yeah.
And then we're gonna get some onions and some carrots and maybe some celery and throw in there. And we're gonna make some of the best stock we've ever had. Now, I haven't done this with chicken before yet, but I've definitely done it with vegetables, and the vegetable stock was so rich and it was so good.
Yeah, we did it with vegetables because one time we did it with carrots, right?
Yep, carrots, celery,
beans.
We had a little bit of beans, whatever we had left over from scraps from the garden. So that worked out real well for us. And then with all this leftover meat off this chicken, we're also going to try to can it. So that way, if we need to, we can make some chicken nachos.
Oh, chicken nachos. I love that.
Yes. So let's get started. Right. Step one is we got about 10 quarts of water in here. And we are just taking the chicken.
Can I dump it?
Yeah. You just make sure we wash your hands afterwards, okay, bud?
Oh.
So we're taking this chicken. It's still partially frozen, but that's okay. We got nothing but time today. We're gonna take this chicken, put it in here, and we're gonna boil it, roast it.
Is that liver?
No, it's not a liver. So yeah, the parts that we're using are just like scraps. We got part of the carcass. We got some thighs that we weren't gonna eat. And we got some wings that were probably not enough wings. So yeah, we put all that stuff in here. Let's put the lid back on.
Wait,
and we'll revisit this.
All right, we are back. It is the next day. It's been how long?
12 hours.
Well, it's been over 24 hours. But we put the chicken, let it in the roaster for about 12 hours. We did throw some onions and some carrots in there, probably with like maybe 4 hours left to go. I just figured that would add a little bit more flavor to it. And we had some extra sitting around. So what we ended up with was a couple of things. And let's show you here real quick.
So this is what we ended up with.
We have all this lovely meat that we can make sure we get all the bones out. And we will probably throw in the can, in some cans. Jars, a can, if we get time. And then we ended up with this lovely chicken broth. Now, on top of this chicken broth, you'll see, since we took everything out and put it in the fridge last night, you can see we got all this fatty nonsense. I think you can leave that in there, but as you can see, we eat too much of that fatty nonsense anyways. And we're not going to let it spoil the appearance of our chicken broth. So we're skimming that off the top. We got quite a bit of it already. Already did about 8 quart-sized jars. And we're putting it into the little bowl here. And get most of that off. And then we'll show you and how we do this with the filling the jars. And then we'll show you how we're gonna go through and put this into the canner. Okay, so you can see here we got our quart-sized jars. This liquid is very cold. These are semi-warm, but we are going to have to warm them up a little bit before we put them in the canner. We're just gonna fill them up, and what I tend to do is I will take them and dip them up till we get probably about an inch. Yeah, right there. Right there's about an inch worth of headspace on there. So if you can see that. And then the next step is to take the rim, make sure you wipe it so there's no debris or anything on there. It's gonna be very important for sealing the jars. And then we take our bowl lid, put on there, put the band on, and get this finger tight. So all you need is finger tight. Don't over tighten. That'll cause you problems. And voila, there's your jar. Let's get and filling the rest of these up. Alright, next step is load up all the jars in the canner. As you've seen, I got 7 of them in there. I don't know if you can see that or not. We got a good steady stream going. We're waiting for about 10 minutes for that stream to get everything all pressurized. And then after 10 minutes, we'll put the cap on. We'll bring it up to 10, 11 pounds of pressure. And we'll let that go for the allotted amount of time for quarts, which I think is 25 minutes. Okay, as we are working on getting the chicken in the jars, I'm just doing quart jars. I'm leaving the carrots in there. I don't know if I should or not, but I am. And I am filling them up to about an inch with water. I did pack all that in there. Yeah, so we'll do the same thing. We'll wipe the rims clean and get all that stuff done.